Hi, welcome to Theater Crafts, where we take theater memorabilia and make brand new treasures. So today is a project that I've been wanting to do for a while. So today we're going to take brochures and we're going to make pendants. So see here, so this one is Hamilton. You can see in the back, it's got some sparkles, and it's a pendant you wear around your neck, and I've got some cording here that you can use. But I got a whole bunch of them here for examples. So look at here, we've got, see, this is Singing in the Rain, we've got Matilda, we've got Phantom, let's see, we got Six there, we've got Frozen, Beetlejuice over here. And these are all made using brochures and then just some findings, sparkles, things that we had in our stash. So today we're going to make pendants using brochures. Okay, let's get crafting. All right, so some of the materials you're going to need for this particular project, you're going to need obviously your mold, and this is the mold that I used here. This is a standard jewelry mold. You can find these anywhere, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Amazon, anywhere you'll find those. I'm using this particular resin, as if you've seen any of my projects, you know that I happen to really like this one. It cures pretty quickly, and you need your UV lamp for that. I also used a colored resin, and this is the one that I used. This one I got on Amazon, a colored resin for the back, but you could certainly use colorant to the clear resin if that's what you've got. In terms of the images, this is what I used. This is the packaging. These were postcards, theater postcards. You can certainly use any kind of image that you'd like. I happen to really like these images, and so I cut them out. They were the perfect size for my little mold here, and so that's what I'm going to use. I have my cording. This is just a standard black cording. You can use anything that gives you inspiration. Obviously, when you're using a resin, you want to be careful. I have a well-ventilated space here, and I'm going to use gloves. And then, of course, any embellishments that you want. These are the stars that I used, and I used for just kind of placing them, I used a set of tweezers. That's just about it. You may need, just a thought, you may need just a lighter just to, for some of the bubbles, to get rid of some of the bubbles when you're curing your resin. All right, let's get crafting. Just as another note, I have a mat on my countertop here, and this is a silicone mat that makes it easy to get some of the resin off if I accidentally get it on my mat. I don't want it on my counter. So, all right, so I'm going to take some of the resin. I've got my gloves on here, and I'm going to just put it in the mold. And you don't have to prep your mold prior to this. I'm just going to put it in. And you want to get it all the way around. And you may notice sometimes you get bubbles in there. You just want to be aware of that. And just getting that resin throughout. Now I've cut my image here. All right, and you're going to put it upside down in there. Now look, I've got a bunch of bubbles in there right now already. So I'm actually going to take my lighter here, and I'm just going to kind of, that flame was quite large, wasn't it? All right, so actually let me kind of cut this down just a smidge to make sure that that fits in there nicely. Okay, and I'm going to put this inside. Oh, it's still a little bit big. Okay, put this inside here. Now, I have discovered, oh, it's a little tight. I'm going to put some of the resin over this as well, and this is going to seal the back. But I want to check to make sure that no air bubbles got underneath there, because that will not look good on the front. And that happened on a couple of them, but I'm going to be honest, I was able to kind of cover them up. So I'm just going to look underneath. I don't see any bubbles, but you never know. All right, I'm just going to take my, it's quite a large flame. It's kind of freaking me out. Okay. And like I said, I'm going to use a toothpick just to kind of make sure that that is kind of nice and secure in there. Okay, I'm just gonna look underneath. All right, I don't see any bubbles, but you never know. All right, so I'm going to cure this for 2 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so it has been 2 minutes, and you'll see that little rascal. I got a little bit of a bubble right there. I got 2 bubbles right there. Now, fortunately, we don't see bubbles on the front, so that's actually good. So we're actually going to put resin on the back anyway, and I've chosen blue because there's like a blue kind of cast to the character on the front. So I'm going to put some blue here, and hopefully that will cover up the bubbles that we've got in the back here. I think I might maybe put some stars just for fun. So you see I'm flooding it here. And I'm going to try putting some I'm going to put some stars in the back. Oh dear. They're all over the place. This is just in case it turns around while you're wearing it. You get some fun in the back too. I think these are so fun. You could you know, wear these for a show. You can create these as a gift. I'm a huge fan of this sort of thing. You could even use these as like embellishments for a journal. They don't have to be necessarily for you know, wearing around your neck. You can make a couple of them and make them as earrings. There are so many possibilities. All right, so yeah, I have found that sometimes it's easier to do it this way. Okay, and let's put some. I'm going to want to try to get these kind of submerged a little bit, so they're going to be a little bit kind of muted because I'm putting them down inside the blue. I'm going to put a little bit more blue on the top here. Yep, awesome. Okay, all right, so we got it looks a little like snowflakes, but that's okay with me. I'm going to do my little, get some sticking out. There we go. All right, so I'm going to cure this for 2 minutes, and we'll see what it looks like after that. All right, 2 minutes have elapsed. Here we got. It's funny because you can feel that it's warm. It's not hot, but it's warm to the touch. And we're just going to pop this right out of the mold. You'll see that it just pops right out. There we go. Now, I found that I actually want to put some of the stars in the front too, just to kind of pull that together. And so I'm going to add another layer of the resin right on the front, and you'll see it's kind of amazing because it just kind of self-levels, and I'm just going to put it right along here. Just make sure you don't get it in the hole there where you're going to put your cording. Okay, and then just check and make sure we got that all covered. Okay, and then I'm going to take, again, just some of the kind of stars. I'm not going to put as many this time as I did on the back, but I just think it's fun to be able to add those. Let's see. Using the toothpick really does help because you can just kind of grab it. You can, if I have enough resin on the toothpick, it really does help. All right, that's a big one right there. So I'm going to just add just a little bit on top of that one, just to make sure I can encase that. And you can kind of see, like on the side, you can kind of see if it's completely encased. I think this big one here is not, and it's got me worried that it's not going to. I'm gonna take that one off. Off. It's the beauty of this mat, and I'm going to put a smaller one on there just so that it's, there we go. Those will cover a little bit easier. It also gives some like nice dimension because you can see the ones in the back that we added. Okay, all right, so now I'm gonna cure this again for 2 minutes, and we'll see how that looks. All right, it's been 2 minutes. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? That's sweet. And you can see the layering there between the different colors, and then the back. Like I said, if it's rough on the back, you can always use an emery board or something like that to file that down, but this one feels okay. And the top has such a nice kind of curved effect to it. So now I'm going to take my cording. I've got a long piece of cording here. It doesn't need to be this long, but I've kind of angled the ends of it, and I'm going to put that through the hole right there. And I'm putting those right through like that. Now you can do this any way that you like, but I've chosen, you could certainly, like I said, use jewelry findings if you'd like, but I thought it would be fun to do black cording. And there you go. And then just take the other end, tie that off however long you would like your necklace pendant to be, and then cut off the ends. You could certainly do a fancy kind of closure here if you'd like. But look at that, singing in the rain. That's so cute. And then we've got, like I said, I've got the other ones here. all these. We've got Matilda, 6 right there. Got Phantom and Hamilton. Those came out so great. I just love them. I think these are great for giving as gifts or kind of choosing to, I don't know, memorialize something that you have or way to remember a special event, or you could put a picture of somebody that you really like or a performance or anything like that. These are really easy to make and so much fun. So thank you for joining me for this week's Theater Craft, and I will see you next week. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.